Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing the pay of a language assistant and whether it's enough to actually get you through the month and survive. So this video specifically is going to be talking about Madrid because Madrid earns 1k a month, and I know that most other regions earn 700 a month, but obviously the price of living is completely different in a region to Madrid because it's the capital and the city, so I'm just going to be talking about my experiences, what my money goes on, whether I managed to survive. Well, I'm still here, so I've managed to survive, so I haven't starved or anything. So half my wages go on my rent. I pay 500 a month, and I chose to live quite centrally, so that's why it's kind of, I don't know if you can consider it high. For me, this was like my maximum budget because I didn't want to pay more than half my salary on rent because it's kind of like a waste of money, but I really enjoy where I live, the location. I think it is kind of worth the money. But if this is one of your concerns, there are plenty of different options and cheaper options. So I know a girl that lives in a place for $350. It's closer to her school. It's easier for her to get to, so it's not necessarily central, but it's not far out either. So for her, that works really well. She saves, she's got more money to spend, doesn't she? So win-win really. But it all depends on personal preference, if you want to save on housing and spend on other things and live a little bit further out, or whether some housing is really important to you, or you want to live central, I think that obviously does make the price go a little bit higher. In regards to bills, my Wi-Fi is included in my rent price, so that's covered. I didn't have to sort out anything and pay any extras or fitting it in, so that was blessed. So I just pay for water and electricity, and then obviously any other bills like the gym, phone bill, Apple Music, things like that. So that comes out, I take out an extra 100k. 100k? Where is that money coming from? I take out an extra £100 of my salary in order to pay for all my bills. But I know that bills here, for my flat, I'm not sure if it's everywhere. I know that electricity is cheap, and I think water is cheaper in the night, which I don't really understand, but it makes sense kind of, because that's when you're going to be using the lights, so that's quite nice. I also pay my water bill every 2 months, and that has, the highest it's been has been 35 quid, and that's for the people I share with. So I paid £15 for 2 months worth of water. That's fine, do you know what I mean? So water's really cheap here. With regards to electricity, the most we paid was 55 each, but that was because it was the coldest thing we had. We didn't have heaters, so our landlord bought us the portable heaters, and they're not that efficient, so they cost quite a lot. But if you want to stay warm, you want to stay warm. But most of the time it's about 20 quid each. So, but if bills are something that worries you, there are plenty of options that will include bills within your house. You just need to make sure that's one thing that you ask for when you are looking for housing. I know this one girl that pays $650, and her electricity and all her bills included, including cleaning. I also know another girl who even pays €450 a month, and she has her bills included. It's if that's something that you don't really want to have to think about bills, there are options out there. This is kind of linked to bills, but transportation here is so cheap. Literally not even around the capital, the whole region of Madrid. If you're under 26, it literally costs you €20 a month. Bus, tram, we don't have trams I don't think, trains, metro, €20 a month. England could never. That would cost me a week, 2 weeks, a week and a half worth on the Oyster card. It's insane how cheap it is. It's so good. Obviously we're traveling for €20 a month. Gosh, anyway, I got a bit excited about that. €20 a month, that is so good. I even forget that I have to pay for it because I'm oh yeah, that thing. Because I literally use it every day. Well, most days, even for work. I'm traveling outside the capital. It's worth so much. It's so good. So that's not even a thing to worry about. And it kind of comes in with the bills. So, not stressful at all. In regards to grocery shopping, I tried to spend about €20 a week. At first, it was quite hard because the central shops were quite expensive. Our local was El Corte Inglés. The English equivalent is Waitrose. So I was And then we went to a little bit further out. And when I say a little bit further out, I mean 15-minute walk. It's fine. It just became a lot more affordable. and I manage to pay like 20 euros a week. I buy meat, I buy veggies, breakfast, granola, sometimes a little bit of chocolate or crisps, you know, if I'm feeling, you know, fruit, and like that lasts me for the week. When it comes to going out, I don't go out all the time. I mostly go out for like drinks and tapas about once a week, mostly. And when I do try to go out, I try to go to like affordable places that come with big portions of tapas. So like there's this place called Adire, and like with every single drink that you buy, like you get this massive plate of its patatas bravas, chicken wings, which are so good, bread and ham and cheese. They'll fill you up, so that could easily be your dinner as well. And like it, you know, so dinner and drinks in one for cheap is like, what more can you ask for, you know? Actually, the alcohol here is cheap. Like my typical drink is tinto de verano, which is like red wine and lemonade, I think. And then mix it. It's really yummy. It's like $3.50, and I think a glass of wine itself is $3.50 as well. And like beers are $1.50 to like, it's so cheap. Sometimes I also go out for like coffee with my friends. I don't really drink coffee, so my choices are a little bit more expensive. But coffee is so cheap. It's like €2 max, $1.50. And if you want to go to a restaurant, like there are literally affordable options as well. Like there's so many menu del dias, and they have like starter, main, dessert, all for 10 quid or 12 quid or something like that. So it's not like you're breaking an arm and a leg just to try and eat in a nice place, you know. So they are affordable, and they have really good food as well, especially if you go somewhere local. And on top of your salary, you can also find ways of increasing your income. And I know a few people who do tutor kids outside of school in English, and I think the typical average pay for that is €20 an hour. If you have one student, that's €80 a month. That would easily pay for like, for me, my groceries for the month, like, and that just adds up, you know, like €80 extra is amazing. And obviously you could get any other job if you wanted to, really, like, I don't know, working in a shop or something. So if you think that this is not sufficient for you, like, we only work 16 hours a week. That's literally like a part-time job. We have so much free time. You can spend whatever you want. You can invest, you can have another job, you can explore, you can do, you know, like, the world is your oyster. And like, even though it's not like a great salary, for the job that we do, it's a ridiculous amount of money. Can you imagine going to England or wherever you're from and saying, yeah, I get paid 1k a month to speak to children in my native language. I don't even need to speak their language, I just speak mine. For 16 hours a week, 4 days a week. Like, it's ridiculously good for what we do. And, you know, it's totally worth it. Like, yeah, you might have to budget a little bit in order to like get around, but like you're still exploring, and budgeting like and seeing the local places is much better than like splashing the cash, in my opinion, because then you get to see like the true life, you know? Hi guys, this is just a quick PSA to say that my next video is going to be about budgeting and how I managed to do loads of things, fun things, for €50 a week, like eating out, going to museums, things like that. I hope that you found this video useful and you find the next one even better. So stay tuned for that video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks!